welcome Mr. Alex Vincent. Yes, we're doing a little distancing.
Yeah.
And we have way too many chairs. How are you?
I'm very well.
Yes, great to have you here. Give another round of applause to Alex Vincent, everybody. Here
Thank you
on
guys
day
for
one.
coming out. Hi.
First question. Well, I will say this, guys. If you'd like to ask a question to Alex, you can go ahead and use the microphone on my left or on the right. So don't be shy. Come and ask your questions. But how has the Comic-Con experience been for you today so far?
It's been lovely. It's been fun. Everybody's really sweet. I was real tired at the start of the day.
Yes.
I traveled 23 hours yesterday to be here.
Where from?
I was in New Jersey, so I started there.
Okay.
And I flew into London and took a couple trains.
Wow.
But I got some sleep a little bit.
Good.
I just had a double espresso.
I think that's what they had
So
too,
that'll
because
help.
I was testing their energy levels. You guys are feeling good, right? Yes.
I don't think they're drinking what you're drinking.
I
but-
don't know. And I've been like this since like 9 a.m., so God help us all. Well, it's actually, we have a lot in common because I was doing a little bit of light stalking on social media of you. You went to Full Sail University in
I did.
Orlando.
Did you?
That's, no, but I am from, mostly Orlando. That's where I go
Oh.
home to. Yes.
Okay, cool.
How was the Full Sail experience for you?
It was good. I learned a lot. It was kind of an expensive piece of paper that's not very helpful to my life, but I learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was fun. I didn't. I was so terrible in high school. I didn't take school seriously at all.
Okay.
So then when I went to a school to study something that actually interests me, I took it real seriously and I did really well, and it was fun.
Wonderful.
I made a lot of friends.
And going from acting into that side of things, was it always something you thought you wanted to do, kind of go behind the scenes into production, things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped auditioning for things when I was 12 years old. I had acted for 8 years of my childhood, and yeah, auditioning just wasn't really fun anymore. Acting is fun. Between action and cut, it's a lot of fun. Traveling is fun. Meeting cool people is fun. But the industry is, you have to have a thicker skin than I do.
Yeah.
For the most part. So yeah, audio stuff just interests me since I was very, very young.
Yeah.
I even there's a photo of me on the set of Child's Play 1 holding a boom mic with headphones on. So this was an interest of mine most of my life.
Yeah.
Anything creative. I've been a creative person since I was, 4 or 5 years old.
Right. And starting at such a young age, I'm assuming you had very supportive parents. How did that come about to start so young?
Well, I saw a girl who lived down the street from me. Her name was Sarah Maylette, and she was someone I knew personally, and I saw her on TV in a commercial when I was like 5.
Yeah.
So that gave me the idea that I wanted to be on TV. My mother got in touch with her manager in New York City. I got headshots done, and I started going on auditions.
Yeah.
And yeah, my parents were supportive, but they weren't performers or anything. They didn't push me into it by any means.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family and most of the people in my life have been following my lead most of my life, I guess.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. But yeah, it worked out well, and it was fun for a while, and then when it wasn't fun for me, it wasn't fun for them, and it was just time to stop.
Right. It's good to know when to stop, too. If you guys are just joining us, hello. We're here with Alex Vincent, and if you want to ask a question, we've got a microphone on the left and on the right. Ooh, I think we have a question. I'm going to save my question to go to you, my lady, on the right.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Jessica.
Wow, good memory.
Okay.
Oh, bless her. Alex Vincent is here to make girls cry today.
So, out of the whole Chucky franchise, what was your favorite movie or bit in the TV show that you filmed?
Anytime I get to hurt the doll is a lot of fun for me. And luckily, over 32 years, I've had a lot of opportunities to do that. So, yeah, anytime that I get to torch him or stomp his head in or set him on fire or smoke a joint with him, I'm a happy guy. Yeah.
Thank you. Is that cathartic for you? Just doll destruction?
Very much so.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Do you recommend it as a...
Yeah, I do.
therapeutic
I buy
act?
them on eBay and just torture them at home all
Wow.
the time.
Is that an exclusive here at Comic-Con that we're finding this out?
I didn't say that out loud, did I?
No,
No.
of course not.
No, I don't do that. But every time they give me an opportunity to fight back a little bit,
Yep.
I think both Andy and I appreciate it greatly.
Yes, double the pleasure, double your fun. We've got a question over here on the left.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I was just wondering what it was like to experience like being on the set of a horror film at quite a young age. Was it like scary at any moments, or were you pretty confident?
Yeah, there was nothing scary about it in the slightest. First of all, you have to remember that when we made that film, nobody had seen what Chucky looks like on film. So being there doing the same thing over and over again all day long for scenes that you've memorized the past several weeks, and seeing these incredibly brilliant puppeteers make this all come to life, and yeah, there's no opportunity to be scared. It was always fun.
Thank you.
Love to
Of
hear
course,
that.
thank you.
Do you own? That was a serious question, actually. Before we made it weird, do you own Chucky dolls? Like, are they just decorating your house?
I love making it weird, by the way. I have one from Cult of Chucky
Okay.
that Tony Gardner made me, or made, and that I got from that production. And then I have a few others that fans have given me over the years.
And are they on display just for everyone to see?
They're on my piano, yeah.
Oh,
I alternate them because now I have like 6 of them, and I don't want to just. I think I put a picture on my Instagram with all of them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always stay like that.
yeah.
And we've been doing a new podcast. Well, first of all, how many of you guys have seen the TV series? Most of you, but not all of you. All right. The ones that have, thank you. The ones that haven't, I think it's the best thing we've done in a very long time. So you should definitely watch it. But Christina Elise and I, she plays Kyle, my foster sister in the franchise, we're like brother and sister in real life. And we decided to make a podcast breaking down each episode of the season and interviewing everybody from the show.
That's cool.
And I'm shamelessly plugging it while I sit here. But it's Chucky Talks. You could go to chuckytalks.com. But on Chucky Talks, I've been randomly displaying my Chuckies behind me.
Wow.
Since I get a lot of requests to do so.
ChuckyTalks.com. ChuckyTalks.com, you
Chucky
said.
Talks is the name of the podcast.
Yes.
If you go to chuckytalks.com, it'll take you to the YouTube. It's on Spotify also.
Fabulous. If we say ChuckyTalks.com a couple more times, it's just going to get ingrained in their brain.
Yeah,
Definitely check that out.
Well, Chucky does talk, and we're talking about Chucky.
There
so
you go.
It works.
Comes full circle.
Yeah.
We've got a question from a lovely lady to the left.
Hi.
Wow.
Talking on the
You're
podcast, I actually love the podcast, but I just wondered, is there any chance you get Brad Dourif on there?
Stay tuned.
Oh, that was ominous.
We interviewed Brad last week. I'll just tell you the truth. Yes, he will be on it. He will be. I think Jennifer will be. Don Mancini will be, which I'm very excited to talk to him. We had Teo and Lexa on this last week. We had Zach and Bjorkman on the first episode. And next week will be Annie Briggs, who plays Miss Fairchild, along with Michael Thoreau, who plays Nathan, and who is also Dr. Foley in Cult of Chucky.
Very cool.
Amazing, thank you.
That actually
Thank
was,
you.
I keep joking, but that actually was a Comic-Con exclusive that you just dropped right here.
It was, yeah. So
Right here in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Very
well, we
cool.
were going to tell you soon.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, let him have it exclusive.
Yeah,
Why
it's your
that?
exclusive. There you go.
Thank you so much. Another question to the left.
I was wondering, who was your favorite person that you met on the Chucky franchise set?
Christine Elise. And Don. And, I mean, I love Jennifer. I love Fiona, Catherine Hicks. These people, for the most part, have been in my life my whole life, and I have a lot of love for all of them. I have endless gratitude for Don that I'll never be able to fully express, and I'm pretty good with words. But part of the impetus of doing this podcast was to return my gratitude and appreciation for him. But Christine and I are genuinely like brother and sister. We're best friends. We talk every day. And since we started doing the podcast, we're talking to each other more than either of us would like, probably. But no, she's a great partner. And we'll see if she survived season 1 without saying much for those of you who didn't put your hands up yet.
Thank you so much. See, if you say the name Chucky too many times, He manifests. So we've got one right over here to the left.
I've learned that in life.
I was just wondering, what was the hardest thing to film?
Well, I mean, I could say the crying scene in part 1 because I was very anxious about that. But then the day that we shot it, it actually came a lot easier to me. I think it was the anxiety of filming it. Honestly, for me, the hardest thing was probably my cameo in Curse of Chucky because I hadn't really acted in 15 years at that point. Not that the scene was difficult, but you know, when you're kind of a shy introvert person and that's changed a little bit over this past decade, but at that time it was I was filled with more anxiety than excitement, I guess. There was excitement too, but that was a little difficult for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We actually have a question on the right.
Yes.
Hi. What did you think of the Child's Play reboot, and would you have liked to have
I
been in
didn't.
Love it.
Thanks though.
it? I'm guessing not us, the other one. You didn't want to be in it then.
I didn't want to be in it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have been in it. It wasn't our franchise at all. That's like asking me why I'm not in the new Star Wars.
Oh, so you're not?
Is there a new Star Wars?
There's always a new Star
That's
Wars.
true.
We've got a question on the left. Hiya.
What is your favorite child play film?
My favorite? I didn't see your mouth move at all when you said
Yeah.
that, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but...
What is your favorite child play
Okay.
film?
I just wasn't sure if you transferred that thought into my head because I didn't see you talk. That's hard to say, but I would say Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
I think 78% of you guys agree.
78.
Seems to be everyone's favorite.
78%.
What was your favorite?
Probably one.
Okay.
One.
Well, I won't hold it against you. One was awesome.
We have time for...
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for one, so...
That's right. Oh, we have another question over here to the left.
Do you have a favorite horror film?
Yeah, I'd say The Shining.
Shining. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you prefer sort of psychological thrillers to gory horror films?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, gore in general doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, there are some films that do it really, really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, coming from someone who's part of a film about dolls that come to life and kill people, I generally prefer films that could happen.
Yeah.
Like something like The Strangers, like people with bags on their head outside of your windows, like that shit can happen. So I find that a little scarier.
Well, thanks for the nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't like to think that could happen.
Yeah.
Going
It
back
might
to
tonight.
Oh my gosh! Please no. We do
Where
have
you
time
staying?
for. Oh gosh! Oh no! Please no. We have time for just a few more questions, but a question from me. But again, guys, there's microphones on the left and the right, whichever you choose. Question from me. We're talking about Florida. You also have a production company in Clearwater. Tell us
I
about
do.
that.
Yeah, AV Productions. It's a recording studio that I opened in 2014. We do all kinds of work there. I mean, some video production, but mostly audio recording. We've recorded over 300 musicians.
Yeah.
Some sound for film, some scoring for film, some audio mixing, audio books, anything audio related.
Cool.
And yeah, the studio's doing really good. I was able to hook up some things that it needed, so I'm anxious to get back because my workflow is now exactly where I want it to be. And anyone who's works with audio equipment knows that sometimes they make it difficult for that to work that way, like with updates and things like that. But I got a new iMac, and now everything works great. So
I love an iMac.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, during COVID, we keep talking about how we're so thrilled to be here after, about 2 years of isolation and just being boring and being such a bummer. How was that for you and for your company? I'm sure it was a struggle, as like it was for all of us.
For the studio, it sure was.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't. It kind of eased up once people. I mean, it's probably different in the States than here, but once people started getting that money from the government to help make up for it,
Yeah.
they started spending money a little bit. But for a while there, I mean, I try to get money off of the brokest people in the world, musicians, to begin with, which is not really a solid plan. But yeah, it had some lulls,
Yeah. Yeah.
But we all figured out how to do things virtually, and I think that's been a blessing for a lot of people. I've certainly been spending a lot of time on Instagram lately, on Instagram Live. Any of you that follow me know that. I try to be entertaining on there. And then I also started a Patreon, so did Christine. And we put bonus stuff from our podcast on there, but I'm also releasing like almost 30 minutes of behind-the-scenes Child's Play 2 footage that nobody's ever seen that I've had for 32 years. I've published like several poetry books, and I put a lot of poetry on there, and I do sit-downs with people and like watch parties and basically anything fun that I could think of to put on there. And we're really enjoying it because it kind of narrows down the field of people that you're talking to, and there's no trolls on your Patreon because they paid to be there.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
So I try to save some of the best of me for there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Patreon. What is the website so we can give it a Google?
It's easy to find, Alex_Vincent. Follow me on Instagram. Go to the link in my bio. Everything about my life is there.
Perfect. Yeah. It's cool
Just
to have a
about
glimpse into
everything.
your life through Patreon. It's nice
Yeah.
for the fans to see kind of the real you, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not shy about showing the real me. As anyone who follows me knows, I'm a real person. So, you know, that comes pretty naturally.
That's awesome. We have a question here on the left.
Do you agree that Seed of Chucky is the worst movie of the whole franchise?
No, I don't, actually. I watched Seed of Chucky again recently, and I loved it. And I think after watching the TV series and getting kind of a better picture at the entire vision of Don's, there are aspects of Seed of Chucky when I revisited it that I thought were just brilliant. It's very funny. And I like that Chucky's funny. I like that there was a break, at least, where it was more self-referential. No, I'd give that award to part 3 if I had to choose. But that's because I was full of resentment that I wasn't in it.
Oh.
As most 10-year-olds would be.
Well, you just mentioned Patreon, so we've been talking a lot today about social media and, you know, is it helpful, is it harmful? For you, it sounds like you're really enjoying it and using it to its advantage.
Yeah, it's a social media has its ups and downs, as you all know. I feel like it's been a little bit of a more comfortable space since our country got rid of you-know-who.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, because, I mean, it was just kind of a nightmare on social media for a while.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's, you know, I am... I'm very welcoming to the appreciation of fans because, you know, it means everything. It's the whole reason why we're entertainers to begin with.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's great. But, yeah, you do have to deal with, you know, some very unhappy people that like spreading their unhappiness onto strangers.
Right.
But that just comes with it. You know,
Sure.
you get used to it after years.
Yeah.
So it rarely bothers me. I'm pretty good at calling people out for how ridiculous they're being.
Good
So-
for you. Good for you. We're going to get final questions for Alex here in a moment. Again, microphones there to the left and to the right. If you're just joining us, we're with Alex Vincent. Question for me, we're talking about social media if you're just joining us. So, I mean, it's interesting to me when I speak to different actors and different people in entertainment and they have different genres of work, you know, Lord of the Rings or professional wrestling and things like that. Your fans loving Chucky, I mean, they love sort of the horror genre. Do you get fans that sort of are a little too into that side of the gore and things like that?
You mean, do I get fans that I think are really killing people in their private life?
Or that, you know, maybe just that think about it way too much.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you're talking to a guy who's seen 9 Inch Nails 70 times in concert.
Wow.
So I have-
70,
I have
70.
70, yeah.
Wow.
So I have my own obsessions in this world, and
Okay.
I think as long as they're directed with, you know, positive energy and appreciation, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
As long as you're positive, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend the princess has come to join us. I don't know if she has a question.
She's on her way to the Butterfly Museum.
Oh, bless her heart. Bless her heart. So you coming all the way here from New Jersey, you said. Is this your first time in the UK, or have you been enjoying?
No.
No?
It's my first time in Scotland.
Okay.
I've been to Birmingham and Manchester and London and Milton Keynes and Dublin and
Yep.
Yeah, I've been around here.
How do you like it?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I always ask this because I obviously am from America. I've been in England for about 6 years, and I find differences, things that they call things differently and the food and things like that, but a very welcoming crowd, especially here in Scotland, I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, I just got here late last night. Everybody's been really sweet today.
Lovely.
I missed out on breakfast, though, which is something you guys do really, really well here.
Yes.
So I'll look forward to that in the morning.
Have you tried haggis yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, it's not been presented to me.
Okay. Well, careful what you wish for. Now people are going to come to your table with haggis. If anyone has any final questions for Alex, we will do that now. If not, I got to tell you, he's going to be here today and tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes.
Signing autographs and, of course, taking photo ops. I'm sure you met the nicest people here in Scotland, and we're so
Always,
happy to have
of
you.
course.
Thank you so much. Ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
please give a
Thank
warm
you,
round of
guys.
applause to Alex Vincent.
Thank you, and
Yes.
get excited about season 2, because it's right around the corner.
Yes, season 2.
All right, thank you, guys.
It's on Sci-Fi and USA Network. Is that right?
Sci-Fi, USA, Amazon Prime, Peacock, whatever.
All the channels.
Find it, steal it, do what you got to do.
Yes,
but
thank you
just
so
watch it.
much. Great speaking with you. Alex Vincent, everybody. And don't forget, ChuckyTalks.com is where you need to go right this moment. And while you're online, please